Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another movie one day. And before we get into this, if you would like any movie reviewed, comment them down below. But today we are getting into reviewing A Quiet Place Day 1, a prequel to A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place 2. And this was released June 28th, 2024. And between the first two movies that released, it is a really hard decision because I feel like both movies are actually really good. But between the first two, I would give the second one the edge and put that one as the best one between the two, with it being an 8 out of 10 because of the intro. And also just because I like the aspect of like seeing as day one, and then the first one is a 7 out of 10, which is obviously still good, possibly even great. But getting into the plot, which will be spoiler free, it follows Sammy, Eric, and Sammy's cat, which I love so much, during the first attack in New York from the aliens or Death Angels. I looked up the names of them. I guess they really don't have a name, but some people just call them Death Angels, I guess you can say. And basically it follows them in their journey and how to survive. And a few things to be noted: this is a horror movie that is PG-13 and has a runtime of 1 hour and 30 minutes and has no post-credit scene. So now let's get into the goods, the bads, and the neutrals. Alright, now getting into the goods, which honestly there's a lot of here. I'm starting off with the intro, dude. The intro was freaking amazing. I love the intro, dude, and how it freaking kicked off with like the aliens landing and everything. The suspense of the aliens first landing is just amazing and crazy, dude. Like, it created so much suspense. It created so much like just overwhelming, like, of the brain, just like what's gonna happen here, what's gonna happen there. Oh my god, there's so many things happening. It is an insane intro. Also, moving on from that, dude, the freaking physical acting in this is amazing. Yes, I feel like all the other two movies had amazing physical acting, so obviously this one is gonna be up there too with physical acting, because it's mainly just sign language and just kind of pointing, trying to make gestures so the other person can understand, since you can't really talk in this universe. So obviously the physical acting has to be on par with the first two, because like those were amazing. And this stands up to the par, if not even a little bit better. I enjoyed the dancing scenes. I enjoyed stuff like the little things they did together. You know, the freaking main character of the guy that is showed in the trailers. They did amazing things together. But moving on from that, the ending too was amazing. I love the ending so much. It's not just a cliche of this or that happening. Like, it's actually shocking what happens. But a few goods that are like very small goods, you know, like very like little just things that add up to it. All the callbacks, like there's some characters that show from like movie 1 or 2 that show up into this movie. I think specifically movie 2 though. I don't think any show from 1. I just think it's 2. And then also too, the cat. Like, who doesn't like cats? And if you don't like cats, I'm sorry to say, but the cat in this movie is a W. Literally a W. But then also too, the scale of the aliens, dude. I did not realize how big they were. Like in the first two movies, they seemed like they were just normal human size. No, they are huge. Like, when I mean huge, like 10 feet, like 10 to 12 feet tall. It is insane how big they are. I thought they were just like 7, 8 foot. No, they are 10 to 12 feet, maybe even 15. Like, it is insane how tall they actually are. Those are the goods. Now let's get into the bads. Alrighty, now getting into the bads, and honestly, there's only a few here, but starting off with the alien hearing, again, like with these type of movies, like alien hearing is kind of weird. Like, they can hear like cracked leaves, but then other times like they won't hear crackling of like a campfire like in the first movie, or like a raccoon knocking down a trash can, but then they'll hear like someone breathing too loud. Like, it kind of makes no sense. And it's the same thing for this movie, where like something so much louder than nothing that happens in the movie, but yet that loud noise gets no reaction, and that such quiet thing gets another reaction from the aliens. So that's really inconsistent. I'm not really a fan of that. I wish they kept it like more consistent. I understand maybe it's a little bit harder to keep it that consistent because like of the universe they're in. Moving on from that, the pacing. I feel like the pacing was weird and all over the place. Like, sometimes it's really quick, stop, slow, very down, quick again, stop, very, very slow again. Is like sometimes also the beginning could take some time to get into the amazing intro that there is. A very little nitpick is the lack of people in the movie, because yes, it does take place in New York, but you see at most like maybe the obviously like the main two characters, and then plus maybe like a handful of characters here and there that you don't even interact with. They're just kind of background characters, red shirts. And it's like, I wish they had a bigger group, like to like show what it's like to be in New York, you know, like different people besides just 2 people. But I just wish it was like a bigger group, at least like 5 people, you know, and just like maybe some die off and like, oh, you could feel sad about them, they give their backstory. No, this only has 2, so I'm kind of sad about that. But those are the bads. Now let's get into the ratings. Into the ratings, and yes, I did skip the neutrals. I think I'm starting off with now just skipping the rate of neutrals if I don't have any for movie, which I don't have any for this movie. But getting into the ratings, honestly, this is a really great movie that does have very minimal flaws, but still does have flaws. And it's also a great addition to the Quiet Place universe. So for that reason, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Tied exactly with it for the second one as the greatest, or like the best out of these franchises. And honestly, a great horror movie of the year that came out this year. I would recommend giving this a watch. And if you're a horror fan or like love the Quiet Place franchise, you know, give this a watch. It is honestly an amazing watch. I really did enjoy this movie. But comment down below, you know, what you guys thought about the movie. You guys liked it, hated it, what you guys didn't like, what you guys didn't like, without spoiling any of it. And if you enjoyed this content, one more like this, please like, subscribe, and comment for more. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.